Due to unforeseen issues, game audio for this day was lost. So put on some soft train noises and enjoy.
Where we left off. Hey, Beefcake. Hydrate. Fine. I hope you're having a good evening. So, where we left off last time, we just came to Albion. We have a lot of quests that want us to go to London here. We need to go there for the Fatalistic Signalman. We need to go there to possibly finish up our rats. And we also are advancing the Revolutionary quest line. And the Revolutionary leader was installed as the new governor. So, curious as to what's going on here. Listen to the work committee of the... Scugs don't belong here. Well, I know it's a bunch of... You know what? It is a bunch of machinery. There might actually be Scugs here. May visit the committee. The committee sits in a requisition stockroom just off the bit between. It is cramped, forcing the members to rotate who attends. Workworlders and overseers sit in equal balance. I have a complaint about the food. We all have a complaint about the food. Ooh, we got some ministry stamped permits. Going down? Well, thanks for stopping on by, Gamma. Have a rejuvenating eep. And I guess let's wave at the children on their way to school. A girl at the edge of the group makes eye contact with you. She slowly contorts her face into something grotesque. It's impressive that she can keep walking in a straight line with her eyes like that. An overseer near you laughs. That one's destined for the circus. I hope she gets there. Holy shit, we had 35 sky stories. Blood and ashes. Let's go to the back streets. We need to write a port report. Provide books to a school. Forgot to bring some more, but we can give charity and fail. Apparently. Interesting. Even though we failed, still seems kind of positive. I don't know why we got a little money out of that. Let's see. What else can we find in Brabazon? I don't want to reduce their disgruntlement. I want them very gruntled. We need the workers to rise up. I want them to be more gruntled. More gruntled. Ooh, Sky Stories for Savage Secrets. That's a nice exchange. I think we're almost out of time. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go back to our Ice Toblerones, welcome on by, comrade. Welcome. I hope you've been enjoying the Hollow Knight experience. It is a very fun game. If y'all are not spinning and sitting firmly attached butt to seat or feet to ground if you're standing, if you have a standing desk, standing desks are a lot of fun. If you somehow arrived here, you EI hopped, crawl term vault, extended slide, skipped dude all the way over here from Toblerones and you're not following them, I pressed a button, you can press a button. And you can go give Toblerones a gander next time they're playing. Because Toblerones is a pretty darn great streamer. Always love watching the Hunter runs. Always loved listening to the metal music you've got on. Always a treat. I appreciate you stopping on by. Y'all don't know me, I'm Dreki Ormer, the Draconic Serpent, the Flightless Dragon, or simply, or I'm on the internet. Why are you hitting me with looks? Also, oh, get you the stretch. Whee! Cerilith. And I'm spinning, and I spin. How am I? I am doing pretty good. We are just getting started today. We're playing Sunless Skies. It's a very narrative, a very story-dense game. Kind of traveling around, doing some trade routes and quests. Didn't know it means throw a book at you. Yeah. No, child, help. Oh, it was awful. It was awful. First I got stretched out, then you threw me in the void, and then I slipped out, but I was still stretching. I saw the time knife, chat. Chat, I saw the time knife. The Toblerones, I don't know how long you went. This is your opportunity to leave a piss, take a water, stand up, wiggle it out, do all of them in kind of any sort of order, do all of them at the same time. I don't know, maybe you're a rivulet and you're sitting in water and that's perfectly fine. Wouldn't recommend doing it all at the same time if you're like sitting at a desk. Then make a mess. There's no reason to make a mess, you know? This game is a little bit spooky. I would say there are... Oh. Thank you for the boops. Always love the smooth jazz. There are a couple instances where there's like mushrooms. Like we have like a mushroom person mascot who has a monocle. And there's an area in one of the maps that's very fungal. So if you have mycophobia, I will try my best to call out before I go to those areas. But be warned, I may slip up. So if you have acute mycophobia, this is just FYSA. Probably not going to be going anywhere over there today. We're probably going to be running around in London. Basically messing around with machinery and trying to instigate the revolution. Hydrate, I can do that. Because this is like VTube Studio. Why are you so bloody greedy? Chill, Live 2D, chill. All right, so To kind of show off some of the weirdness of this game, you can see we're driving a train in the sky. This is actually space, because there was a door in an vast underground cavern-like world, and passing through that door led into space. So, you know, everything makes perfect sense, you know. Also, the stars are gods, and they kind of basically control what's going on. But the queen killed the star of this world, so that's why London rules this place. So that's why we have the Clockwork Sun. And I mean, it just has the small price of the light turning your bones into glass. But like, yeah, I mean, it's still light. Like, it's not that big of a deal, right? It's fine. It's fine. So our first thing we're going to do is we're going to London to help out a bunch of rats. Basically get a sort of inheritance kind of thing. Because they were revolutionary rats who got betrayed by their sergeant. doing worse things in the name of Super Earth. A cantankery. What are you doing, bud? 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 I guess it's just dying. Divers 2 sure is a hoot. Certainly looks interesting. It's just sometimes a little frustrating on satirical things of that nature. Tends to attract certain crowds sometimes, and it can be exhausting. Just reigniting the Starship Troopers discourse, and it's like, oh wait, hold on. Wait, is this the Well of the Wolf? No, it's the Storm that speaks. No, I don't need that. Where's Well of the? Is that the Well of the Wolf? We need to go to the. Okay, London, then Well of the Wolf. So I have a quest. I have one of my officers' quests. I need to visit there, and I might need to bring something with me. Brad cakes. Let me check my quests. Repentant Devil. Visit the Well of the Wolf. Well, I don't see anything, so hopefully I won't get messed up. Yeah, it's not even here. It's just funny how people can be like, yeah, that's what I want. Without a form. Democracy, woo! Now remember, you need to fill out your form in triplicate and ensure you turn in the yellow manila copy in at the fornication office. The red copy is yours to keep, and the white copy needs to be faxed to the Inquisition's office. Now, you need to call them when you fax the copy, because you need to confirm they receive it. Sometimes there's nobody there, they might have it unplugged, fax machine things. No joke, that's one of the tool tests when you dive. That's pretty silly. I've heard the devs are kind of on the level and have been trying to make things like much more pointed and obvious. Like, you're not supposed to... This is not a good thing. You should not be happy about this whenever they run into people glorifying things. Okay, so we need to hire some crew real quick. Let's empty our ship. Right, we need to go, I think it's the Steam and Sapphire. Right, so our Fatalist is Signalman. He needs to look up his old friend. We have the New Street Lines Gratitude. We'll use that. Always preserve our resources. You hand the watchman a ticket bestowed upon you by the stalwart bookkeeper. The watchman scowls and waves you through. Even his dogs seem satisfied. You make your way through a rickety door in a huge wooden gate and into Shed 4. Shed 4 is a huge storehouse. Beams of solemn starlight slant from grubby windows in the roof. The hulks of old locomotives rust here, from battered tugs to fat old liners, once packed with immigrating Londoners. The signalman heads off between the wrecks. The signalman stops before a stately old wreck with flaking navy blue paint. This is her. None worked harder than the Innsbruck line than she did. Look at the nameplate. The Charlotte Guest. Look how they left her, he says gloomily. It's not right. You tidy up. You put things in order. You turn the lights off and you close up before you go. She She deserves better than this. Ooh. Arrange for her to be put on display in a museum. So 2,000? Oh, that. Which bronzewood? 3 bronzewood? Hold on, we got that in the bank. Yeah, that's bronzewood's like 135 a pop, so that's like what? Almost 400 versus 2,000? Yeah, I think I know the trade I'm gonna be making here. Yeah, so let's do this. I also think the museum's cooler anyway. Get the source replacement wood and call in a favor you won't get back anytime soon, but you secure the promise you need. The Charlotte guest will be restored and displayed in a modest exhibition hall in the Museum of Inauguration, where London commemorates its arrival in the skies. The plaque she receives will not mention the Isambard line. London does not celebrate failures, but it will testify to her hard work in a hostile sky. The signalman is mollified. Is there any of us? It's all any of us can hope for in the end, isn't it? To be remembered. Nice, nice. All right, so we also need to check for someone to smuggle. So Whirlby to Port Prosper. Oh, that's easy. That's good. So we've also joined the... I can't really be an underground railroad in this situation, so it's more of like an open sky flying train route. It doesn't really roll off the tongue, you know. We're workshopping names, okay? You know, the branding is very important, as you know. Ministry approved literature. We've got that. Caddies of dried tea. We got that. We got plenty of tea. Some fuel, some supplies. We also need to get our... Oh, we need to go buy one for the time wefts. Just kind of build up a stockpile of them. I kind of want to let the Clockwork Sun's sunlight go down, because I've noticed the number goes down over time. I want to see what happens if it gets very low, because we got it very high and nothing seemed to happen. I want to see what happens if we let it go like super low. Actually, while I have an glut of money, I'm gonna stock my emergency supplies of fuel in the bank. So the reason I store a bunch of stuff in the bank is whenever your character dies, you will lose... You have a pretty good odds of losing stuff that you have on you. You lose like half your liquid money, but anything in the bank will always stay. So, you know, by putting things in here, I kind of set myself up to jumpstart a fresh run. We haven't died in a while. We had some really close calls, but fingers crossed we can keep on going. All right, so the rats. Where do the rats need to go? Head to London, open Sarge's vault. I think we need to explore London. Oh, we need to deliver a Christmas card too as well. Unga bunga. Hey, Hart. Welcome on by. Hope you're having a good evening. The weaver sits by the window, breathing through a soot gray cloth. When you hand her the card, she peers at it to read the address, then fumbles it open. Finally, she speaks, while considering the factory opposite. Obsolescence is polite. Useless is what I am. Can't even patch up their uniforms. nothing but a burden. Not that them here would admit, bunch of kind-hearted fools. The old weaver fetches an ancient carpet bag from the corner. The old council thinks I can be of use. Makes a bloody change. I owe it to my neighbors to try anyway. I'll meet the contact now. Well, best of luck on your quest then. Sometimes you gotta make your own fun. Alright, let's get the rats' account. Haldage's central office is a restrained Art Nouveau building, not far from the ministry. Its girders are curlicued. Its ornamentation offers a tasteful nod to the clockwork court. Its palette is faded gold, like the afterglow of a sunset. Inside, dark wood furnishings, bronzewood countertops, and comfortable chairs beside a verdant potted plants. Anything to make the customer forget that they are dealing with anything so crass as money. You approach the nearest clerk, introduce the Rat Brigade, and produce the relevant account number. The clerk's eyebrows rise. At Haldage's, we measure ourselves by the quality of our clientele, she says, sounding thoroughly miserable. This way, please. Ah! No, not the Scuds! Actually, the Scuds would fit in because we basically got the Artificer rat. Because there was a point we had to choose between basically getting the Demolitions rat, or we were going to get the what was the other rat? I think they were like a assassin rat kind of person. Like they had different shticks, but they did not get along. So it was kind of a pick either or. The clerk leads you through an interminable series of hallways, through offices, studies, and libraries. At last, you arrive at a spiral staircase of wrought iron. You descend flight after flight, the brigade growing heavy on your shoulders. Eventually, you emerge into a chamber whose walls are set with many metal doors. The clerk unlocks one and steps aside. The rats follow you in. Clerk smiles. I'll be here if you need me, she says, no doubt ready to summon the guards if anyone puts a whisker out of place. The vault is hewn from the very foundations of London. Mineral deposits glisten in trails along the walls. Iron girders support the stone, enclosing the space within like a cage. Ooh, all of them have... Oh, personalized. Interesting. Let's just start from the top and work our way down. Petronella. The door swings open silently. Good oil on those hinges, Petronella says, her voice betraying a slight tremor. Come on, I've been waiting for this for... Inside is a set of miniature trains. A whole clockwork railway set, commissioned from Icarus and Sons, the renowned toy makers. Petronella examines the set carefully, commenting on the intricacy of the gears, the detail of the antique engines. She leaves the room empty-handed. Not keeping them. Doesn't get to clear his conscience with a bribe. Time for Albrecht. Albrecht takes a deep breath and bristles his whiskers. Albrecht, after you. The room is empty, but for a card on a wooden table. Albrecht scampers up the table leg and takes the card in his paws. His whiskers twitch as he reads. He squeaks excitedly before remembering himself and feigning a cough. Excuse me. An invitation to a certain house in Eleutheria. Suitable for rats of my persuasion. An odd gift, but I've always wanted a visit. And now, one day, I shall. Excuse me. I'd like a moment alone. Wilma. Wilma was... So, this game has a lot of skill checks where it's... If you fail it, like, you don't get another chance at it. And one of them was, I think, whether Wilma would come with us. Unfortunately, I have a very, very low... One of my stats is really bloody low, and I keep running into damn events that call on it. So it's been kind of rough sometimes. Our character is built for role playing, not for min-max stats, and boy howdy does it show. The door is heavy and creaks. Cinder scowls. Never really got on, Sergeant Wilma. He didn't like the back talk. She thought he was impulsive. In the center of the room is a silver key, next to a card bearing an address of a property in an expensive locale. Cinders pockets both. I'll take these, in case I run into her. Ooh, I wonder if I can go back to Pursuance and give her the stuff from her vault. Vianne. Ooh. I think Vianne is someone who didn't survive. There are only two things on the dust-covered table inside. A velvet purse containing a few sovereigns and a ticket to Palmer and Plenty's inconceivable circus. Angel scurries in after you and sniffs the invitation before biting one of the coins. I'll take these. She might want a friendly face to show her around. She looks sincere. What? What got on? Once. Oh no, Vianne must have been the either or, because Angel is our demolitions expert, I think. Yeah, because Angel's Angel's a little eager. Inside, gathering dust on a small medicine cabinet, is a card and a heavy bag of sovereigns. Angel's face falls. It's not bombs. He pokes the purse with a claw. Not even guns. Not even gunpowder. He reads the card. It's for a quack at Magdalene's. This must be meant for Vianne. He snatches up both. I'll make sure she gets it. He does not meet your eye. What? I'm just concerned for her well-being. Yeah, I think Angel might have a bit of PTSD they need to work through. Humphreys. The room containing nothing but a casket. Inside is a moldering hamster's corpse, and a deed from Loveless and Fedlock, pet procurers. Lieutenant reads the deed and snorts. It's supposed to be my grandmother. Turns out I'm a pedigree after all. Closes the casket firmly. Let's leave. Not like I can make any use of it. Christabel. Ah. Sniper. Died in the blockade. Inside is a collection of faded dolls and a bottle of wine. They're arranged in a circle, as if at a tea party. Christabel was always lonely, says Cinders, but she hated people. Sebastian, a quartermaster. Albrecht's mate. Didn't make it. Inside is a golden ring and a set of expensive dishes, complete with several moldering recipe books. The ring has dulled. Cinders closes the door behind you. Yes, Albrecht doesn't come in. Seamus, navigator, died getting off the governor's engine. This room contains a permit. It allows one-way travel back through the Avid Horizon. Cinders crumples the document up. Useless now, she says. And now we open the door for Cinders. You can go in if you want. I'm not giving the bastard the satisfaction. The door creaks open. True to her word, Cinders remains outside. Go on. Curiosity kills cats, not me. Inside is a battered insignia, 2 tiny pearl-handled revolvers, and a note. The note reads, I'm really sorry. The reverse reads, take care of them. This has been scribbled out and replaced with, look after them. This too has been crossed out. The final version simply reads, sorry. The insignia is of sergeant rank. Cinders asks you to close the door behind you. All right, I guess now we leave the vault. Cinders calls the squad to order. She mounts the stone dais, kicking away Sarge's note. Now, some of you may think this was a pointless endeavor, that all we found was a broken rat's regrets. Yes, Sarge was not what we believed. He was a right rotten sod. Did he betray us? No. We're down, good rat's eye. The rest of us are still here. Together. Now. How many years later? That's all down to us. There's a chorus of ragged squeaks from the Rat Brigade. Right you are, boss, Lieutenant shouts. Cinders grins fiercely. Sod, Sarge. We did this. We got back together. Grab what you want, then get back on the engine. She looks up at you. Captain's command now. The Ratty reunion will now work. Ooh. Rat Squad level up. Ooh, what are their stats now? Plus 10 hearts. Cool, it's that stat that we really need. So I'm gonna go ahead and equip them. Plus they give us, ooh, they give us the same thing as judicial. Okay, so we can either get hearts or iron and still get establishment. Nice, nice, nice. Yes, Rat Squad, Rat Squad, Rat Squad, Rat Squad. All right, everybody. Remember, when you report to your station, bring your rat. Jabbers and other rodentas will do in a pinch, but rats are the most industrious ones aboard an engine. Okay. Awesome. So that makes us 3 complete quests now. Hell yeah. So we've turned him into a tree. We've rid them of their fungal parasite, and now we've got a squad of rats. Sweet. All right, so we need to advance the smuggler quest line because I need to get some smuggled books from them. The middleman grunts. So things return to normal, he says in the tones of a vicar at a funeral. Cause for a giddy celebration. Did you notice he finishes his drink and even orders another? Performance was expected. An employer would like to meet with you. The middleman gives you an address. The company offices for the Wit and Vinegar Lumber Company. Okay. So that is 2 of our characters' quests. We need to talk to the signalmen to see the next stage of theirs. See if it's at London and we can advance it. He laps up your stories like a cat would cream. In return, I don't like that sentence. I'm not, don't like it. Don't like it. In return, he shares a story of his own. Came to the skies as a lad in the first days. Majesty needed a whole country built. Granted us 30 years to do it. Took the offer. Helped lay the foundations of London. Built some of the dome over the throne of ours. I joined up with the squire, lay the Isambard line, and headed to the Reach. Last time I saw Albion, it were just a construction. I'd like to take a look around, see what our graft bought. All right, so we need to get 5 Albion reports. I feel like this is going to be a common thread for the signalers. We're going to go to an area. We have to collect a bunch of port reports. And then we'll have to do a thing. Okay, so we're loaded up. We're chock full of bullshit. Where does our bat person need to go? So Princess needs to go Worldly Juxta. We do need to go there for another thing as well. Cryptoporus Eleutheria. Aunt is Eleutheria. Play Conductor is Blue Kingdom. That's way off the map. We're not bothering with that. Blue Kingdom, off the map. Not bothering with that. Okay. So... Okay. So... Oh, I forgot to drop the cryptozoologist off at Lostrum. I forgot to check Port Avon. Oops. We'll deal with those next time we end up in the Reach. Oops. All right. So we need to go up here. We need to get a timey-wimey wefty majigger. Because it's nice passive income. How do our stats look? How does our train look? All right, we're good on everything. All right, now our hearts is up to like a 50. That's much more acceptable. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, hello, little ministry monitor. Would be a shame if I blasted you to death. Oh, it feels good. Poor little ministry rail ship. I don't know why they thought having such a wide ship whose only weapon can be fired straight away, has zero protections from a broadside, like just asking to get slagged. All right, so we need to go to the horological office. Let's pick up an assignment. All right, now we have a couple things at Port Prosper. We need to acquire a raveling jack. And we need... What's the current office of works? 2 rolls of bombazine. I think I have that in the bank. We'll do that in a minute. All right, so I need to go to... We'll go to Worlby Juxta. And then Perduance. And we can hit the Floating Parliament. Well of the Wolf, Clockwork Sun. What was it? Avid Horizon, West, Northwest. Oh, we actually need to go to Avid. I can get supplies. Fuel and supplies. Fuel and supplies. So I know I have a quest I can also do over there, I think. Chiefs of Ministry Approved Literature. All right, so we will drop supplies to make room for the extra literature. We'll head straight west, and then we'll just kind of go clockwise around the map. By the time we get to the Clockwork Sun, we should have enough port reports to satisfy the fatalistic signalman, and we will have completed all of our current bargains. Just back that train up. Beep, beep. While I'm here, let's go ahead and repair. We can turn in our current ones. Okay. What is the insistent surveyor? The surveyor has become a regular presence at the pubs near St. Dominic's Station. She's been looking for a partner in some ill-defined and costly project. Thus far, she has had no takers. She has brown skin, and her face sports the beginnings of a frown that will never mature, but never quite goes away. She wears a sensible green coat with a sensible green cape. Won't you join me for drinks, Captain? What's her proposal? She shows you to her table, buys you a drink, and refreshes her own glass of wine. My proposal will not make us rich. In fact, it will likely be ruinously expensive. But if we're successful, we will change the skies forever. You press her for details, and she is coy. One step at a time, comrade. First, you must conduct a thorough investigation of the ruins at Dusking Deep. Beyond Rory Juxtamare. I am confident in my theory, but until it is tested, all else is speculation. I need passage for myself and my work crew on a locomotive fitted with assaying equipment. If I am right, I'll explain it all. We need 12 quarters. Yeesh. What's the gossip we've heard about her? You know that her areas are engineering and celestial archaeology. You know that she has been pursuing the same secretive line of research for years, and that her funding is almost depleted. You know that her father was Professor Singh of the Singh-Jenkins expedition. He constructed the first transit relays, exploring far-flung regions in an attempt to decipher the language of the heavens. The expedition was lost years ago. I can't fit her crew because I would need to use a bridge slot. My bridge slot is for that. I could drop my cannery, but then I lose. Nah. We'll have to put a pin in whatever this is. So let's drop this off. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to head Stair to the Sea, Abbott Horizon, Whirlbury. Actually, I need to fit 1 barrel of ours as well. Because we'll probably pass by the Henge. And I would like to turn that into some Navarine gemstones, because they are nice. Ugh. Oh, my bad. That's some good cracking. Oh, shiny ship. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm just making my way downtown. Eventually we'll fight one of them, but I feel like the golden ships are going to be very... Can't believe you've done this to me, darling. I shan't recover from it. I am permanently scarred. I am not the Dreki you once knew. I am but a dimensional fragment, a mirage. I may seem similar, but there are differences. Gaze not too deeply upon my visage. I come apart like gossamer in the wind. I hope you're having a good evening, Drengar. I'm tempted to get my pack of cheeses to nibble on, because my most recent pack has been a really, really good set. Completely opposite of the week before, where I just got one that was just all misses except for like one that was okay. It was pretty good. Well, whenever you go around trying new things, you know, sometimes some stuff is just a miss. And that's okay. Ah, fuck, it's the storm that speaks! Leave me alone! I don't want to talk to you! Take a message! It's funny, we've seen the storm that speaks, but I wonder if we can actually find the Burrower or the Star Waif. Because we've seen them mentioned in messages as well as I think they're judgments alongside the storm that speaks. It can be dangerous to have their attention. Interesting song name to go with this. The Bicycle of the Sky. So I mentioned earlier there was a door that led to the space, and Avid Horizon over here is where that door is. Unfortunately, not everyone was able to venture up into London in the sky. Oh. The revolutionaries in Winter's Reside gave you 3 cards. You delivered the first 2. The third was in an unmarked envelope. You can hardly play postman if you don't know where to deliver to. Inside the envelope is another envelope, a card addressed to you. You are cordially invited to the Corncrack House. There we battle injustice and would welcome your contribution. You, all of us, have been its victims. Society's law is unjust because natural law is unjust. Tyranny begins at the top, not from the factory owner, not even from the palace of a queen, but in the arch of heaven itself. Those who join us should be prepared to defy the suns and prepared to win. For our grievances are immeasurable. Ooh. Interesting. Our next visit to Eleutheria poses to be a nice one. All right, down to the Sunless Sea, which was the first game. Go down to the flotilla. Silent Mystic, Illuminated Archivist. Oh, yeah, the super. Yeah. So this is the person we need to go to. We bring him the... We want another reading of the word. His emaciated breast is marked with what appears to be a timetable. The trains leave from Moloch Street between the hours of 12 and 12. This is on Ladybones Road. Continues reciting scraps of knowledge from old London. He traces a scar running down the curve of his chest, and here the address of a honey-wrecked detective is on the mend. He traces a honey vial that hangs above rib. Such things we have pulled from the drifts by the gate. Messages left behind. Perhaps they came through. Perhaps they were abandoned. Ooh. Bring me a memory of old London as she might be now. Quiet and peaceful. With her most troublesome elements all fled to the sky. Tell me of the wolf stack and the Z, the smoke and the smog. Speak of mysteries uncovered in Ladybones Road, where trains leave for hell and criminals and detectives hunt one another in the shadows. The illuminated archivist listens intently, his green eyes sparkling with excitement. After a while, he closes his eyes, and only occasional intake of breath or wry chuckle convinces you he's still listening. When you finish, his only feedback is to correct your tenses. A mask, black at midnight, he says. That shall be next. All right, we need supplies, tea, and crockery. I see. All right. Go ahead and head on out. Let's we've done our spookiness over here. We need to finish heading north to the Avid Horizon. We also need to make sure we purchase some supplies while we are there, just so we can get our way to Whirlbury, where we need to make sure to really stock up. That something? Lure. Ooh, an uncanny specimen. A memory. The hiss of slow, dark surf. The chitter of Z-bats. The welling of gloomy deeps. All right, so we're going into the weft, so we can close it up. Get a nice little reward. Ooh, 65? We can remain in the weft. 100%? Hell yeah. Love having that. The thing is we can rack up repaired wefts, and they don't take up a cargo slot, so we can just get a whole bunch of them and turn in for some fat stacks. But I don't want to turn them in anytime soon. I want to see what happens when this strength of the sun number gets really low. What if the sun goes out? That would be interesting. All right. Turn in the literature. Oh, we can buy munitions from them. How nice. I don't want to though. All right, we're going to get a whole bunch of supplies while we're here. Ooh, we can get caged catches here. How many? Ah, just one at a time, I guess. All right, let's get a port report. Entertain a request. So good you're here, Captain. He clasps your hand. His skin is cold. I've been issued an imperial pardon from London for one of our detainees here. Looks at the three nearest guests of the Home Office, who are following the conversation intently. Just the one, mind. Procedure demands that someone cannot be pardoned without an independent witness vouching for them. It would be highly inappropriate for me to do so. He gives you a beseeching look. It would help to speak to them. Those three. Return to me when you've made your choice. I see. May engage in an evening of frivolity. Sure. For sure, this is going to reduce our terror. The biscuits, some of which are not stale, champagne, flat, and light ale, inexplicable, have been arranged on trestle tables. A few detainees wander around the drawing room, avoiding conversation. You are the life and soul of the party, in that you partake of the food and drink, and manage to exchange at least pleasantries with the detainees. You listen to complaints of years wasted, of friends gone out to the cults on the quiet sea, of hours passed watching the gate, waiting for people who will never come. It is a dreary affair. The champagne is intolerable. Hey, Chimera, welcome on by. I hope you're doing well. All right, we need to talk to these three detainees. You may interview the detainees and make your judgment at your leisure, or you can just make your decision without interviewing them, but that's kind of arbitrary. But that might be keeping in with the spirit of the place. All right, so we have a former courtier, we have a handsome aristocrat, and we have a nun. Talk to the courtier. She shuts a small hand mirror as you approach. Praying. I had a lovely Maine when I arrived here. Red as June, they used to say. I was hoping to see the suns, but I suppose the palace hasn't forgotten. An MP I am acquainted with had promised to dissolve water under the bridge. Cotton, Chimera. How dare you? How dare you? You keep dropping on by while you're still alive. No, I'm gonna escape. I'm gonna escape. Run, Jet, run, Jet. I'm trying to run. I'm running. Ah, Jet, help. I couldn't get away, chat. I tried to run away. I just couldn't escape. Welcome on by, everybody. If you are coming from the wonderful Chimera's place and not from the void like all of you are so meanly throwing me into, you can gander Chimera by following them. Just click the button. I hope y'all's D&D session went nice, but now it's time for y'all to relax, leave a piss, take a water, wiggle it out. Make sure you don't get sneak attacked while you do any of those. You know, the rogues can be hiding in some sneaky places. If you don't know me, I'm Dreki, the Draconic Serpent, the Flightless Dragon, or simply Worm on the internet. He was emotional. A couple finally became canon. Aw, that's cute. Got to be menaced as a DM. No block us, we need to get the EBC. Well, thanks for stopping on by and have a fantastic, rejuvenating eep. All right. We are currently deciding on which of three people will be pardoned and be allowed to come into the skies proper. It was supposed to be chill. Yeah, that's kind of how a lot of role-playing sessions tend to go. It's like you have a plan and then everything gets derailed. All right, so let's interview the handsome aristocrat. He summons a dazzling smile as you approach. Oh, at last! My captain. May I call you my captain? He does not wait for a response. It's been a dreadful mix-up. I have a twin brother in London, you see. Terrible sort. Rather ruined my reputation with Her Majesty. Oh, we can go. Okay, so floating parliament, London, and then the nun. She looks down her cigarette at you and sighs. If I could have gone home by now, I'd have. Nothing's worth this much bloody waiting. Pardon my imperial. It's gonna stand carved in the mausoleum, but that's been. It's not bloody. Blasted? Is blasted a notoriously heinous British curse? Question mark? Hey, Arrow Lucy. No, don't explode! Don't explode! And also, I probably forgot to say hi to all y'all that came in. Mooncat and Snickerwix and Willow. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you find some good stuff foraging, Willow. Literally a week to plan and then nothing planned at all. Well, sometimes you have no plans and then everything works out. And sometimes you plan like months in advance and then it's all for nothing. You know, it's sometimes really hard to kind of walk that narrow path as a DM. Pardon no one. All right, so let's defer our decision. Right, we are done here. Player tried to fight you back in the fields. The old Uno reverse. The Uno reverse, Uno reverse. The reverse, 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 reverse. Patchet sound. Oh, I thought it said Pratchett, and I was like, hey, I know that author. It's kind of clearing out some of the unexplored part of this map. Don't know if there's anything important out here. But there could be. Scornfluke! Yes! I must kill you and listen to your song, Scornfluke. Whisper me your tales. What is your purpose? Why are you here? What are you searching for, Scornfluke? Come to me, the space urchin. Ooh, it's wiggling. Ooh, it's wiggling. Ooh, it's wiggling. It's wiggling. Look at him wiggle. Look at him wiggle. Like a danger loofah. Ah. Yes. Use the point blank AoE. Very bittersweet of a session. Aw. We need to have awful nightmares and we can make the wrath of heaven. Let's see. This will grant a moment of inspiration. Failure may substantially increase your terror. Impale your hand upon a spine. Combine your memories with its own. All right, Yes! The spine is thin and passes easily between your metacarpals. Searing pain settles in your jaw. Your injured hand is as a graze. This is the anguish of profound sorrow. There is a scent of sweat, sharp like fear. The sound of a scream cut short. A crew, not yours, destroyed, punctured. They had traveled far, not far enough. A soul, bright and cheery, drawn slowly from a weary tourist. She claims to have seen it all. She had not. An Empyrean vessel, broken between rocks and the fluke's bitterness. The crew, without time to don skysuits, picked off one by one. None knew of exile, but someone must. Body after body, broken, pierced, soulless. Someone, somewhere, must have a clue to its location. Ooh. Ooh, they're looking for something. We've got a word, we've got a place now. It's kind of interesting how we basically kill it, quote unquote, but then there's kind of a keys option of like trying to understand the creature.